So there is no way this is gonna hold up in court. I know you guys can agree, suing over TikToks is crazy. He's trying to claim that I don't copy content, so there is no way this is gonna hold up in court.
Nobody find it crazy that Natalie Reynolds is putting on a curly hair wig?
I've just never personally seen a Natalie Reynolds original video, and I'm just curious.
But Natalie's video posted 9 hours ago.
Do you ever see something happen and just think it couldn't possibly get weirder? Well, I think the Brooke Monk / Natalie Reynolds situation is one of those examples. It just can't stop getting stranger. We have some major updates since the last video, which was about a week and a half ago, such as Natalie Reynolds taking it way too far, and yes, she took it a step further than the last video, and as well as people actually are starting to like Natalie Reynolds after she recently got involved in a drama. No, I didn't stutter, you heard me right. People are actually starting to like her, and it's literally insane. Like, it's the last thing you would ever imagine to happen in this drama. We also have updates on the lawsuit information, so overall, I think this video is just, well, I would describe it as something you probably won't come across again. It's just one of those situations that almost is too crazy to, like, even comprehend. If you're allergic to cringe and weirdness, this definitely is not the video for you. I don't know why I just said to you. This is not the video for you because there's some really weird stuff coming up. I think the intro kind of gave you some of it, such as Natalie Reynolds pretending to have a kid with the cutout of Brooke's boyfriend. I don't even know what this is at this point. Like, is this legal or not? I guess it must be. And at the end of this video, or near the end, we're going to talk about some of the creators eventually have actually responded to Natalie. Haley Bailey has actually officially responded to Natalie because, yes, Natalie has also copied Haley's videos. She's just been copying all the main TikTokers, all the popular female TikTokers videos. And I gotta admit, it's a pretty good comeback. It's pretty funny, so we're gonna be getting into that later. Firstly, we want to remind you to check out my animation channel. I'm gonna be completely honest, been pushing it back because I've just been so busy working on these videos. I've been putting so much time into editing in the thumbnails, but I promise you there will be a video this summer. It's gonna be super high effort. I will put everything into it, so if you don't want to miss it, subscribe to @CocoAnimated. Also, anyone mentioned in this video is just to discuss the topic. Please don't send harassment or hate towards anyone. I know none of you guys do that. Like, I trust you guys. You guys are all pretty sweet. I've talked to you in the comments, but just make sure, in case you are tempted to, just don't do that. It's not the mature thing to do at the end of the day. There's other ways to handle these kind of situations. Overall, it's just not the right thing to do. And the last thing we're going to talk about before we get into this whole crazy situation is this. I have a quick announcement to make that is very important. Right now, there are serious food shortages in Gaza. Food prices have gone up 100%, and some food you just can't get anymore. Mustafa and his 2 young daughters are currently victims of this horrific genocide. Here is a clip he sent me. You can just see the constant bombings. So donating anything would help him in so many different ways. Please check out his GoFundMe linked in the description. You can literally save lives. He just wants to help his 2 young daughters. It's not their fault that this is happening, and they deserve to eat food. They deserve to feel safe. So please help him if you can. And overall, I'd appreciate it. With that, let's get into the video. So I was having a nice time on TikTok, scrolling through it, kind of enjoying things, when I came across this complete masterpiece of a video, and it really just made me so happy, and I just couldn't forget about it. The first thought I had when I saw this TikTok was, Natalie Reynolds got a boyfriend before me, dude? Like, what am I doing wrong? If the master rage baiter who's hated by everyone can get a boyfriend before me, dude, like, something's going wrong with my life. And before that, like, valedictorian of their class comments something like, well, maybe if your bird thing wasn't so corny and your voice wasn't so corny and your channel wasn't so corny and your thumbnails weren't so corny. Restrain yourself, please. This has got to be illegal in some kind of country because, like, there's no way.
There is no way this is gonna hold up in court. I know you guys can agree, suing over TikToks is crazy, and we all know if I wasn't pretty, she wouldn't be trying to sue me in the first place.
I feel like one day the internet is gonna be 99% AI and like 1% rage bait. Like, everything will just be AI and rage bait. It's gonna be a very depressing place, but maybe that's just me. I really wish I could know what was going on in Brooke's and Sam's heads like right now. Are they like creeped out, weirded out? Both? Probably both. I would be both. I mean, I'm sure they know it's rage bait. Like, I'm sure they know she isn't actually obsessed with Sam. She just is doing it because it's gonna get a lot of attention, which, by the way, the attention is beginning to die off. But like, what would even be going through your head if someone had a cardboard cutout of you and they were like kissing it and stuff? Like, it's just like, this is not stuff that you think is going to happen when you first become an influencer. It's just not something you think about when you first like have an impact on the internet. Even if it's small, weird things happen to you. Nowhere could I ever even imagine having like Brooke's level of fame. Like, that wouldn't happen to me. But like, even from my small audience, I get weird things too. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that have watched my videos. This one dude made 4 diss tracks on me and had like, he deleted it after I made a video about it, but he made like AI videos of like my bird dancing with him. And there's another dude who like made a whole video calling me racist. And then the kid that faked a conversation with me on Discord where I groomed them and called them the Edward. Like, I could go on and on, but you get the idea.
I wrote this song for my ex Sam. I just want to say I love you so much, and I know you're watching this. I love you, Sam. We went from lovers to enemies. I can't forget what you did to me.
This is like a SNL skit, and it's just like the most unfunny thing ever. It's so cringe. And I know she's trying to be cringe, but it just comes off as like a cringe in like the cringiest way possible, where it's not even cringe. It's just absolutely horrible. And I have no idea if the music in the background is copyrighted. So if that was dead silent the entire time, that's why. I'm just going to warn you. If it isn't, I guess it isn't copyrighted.
I'm in so much pain. I literally have a frozen fish on my meow meow, and it hurts so bad.
Again, she stole this from someone else because that's all she ever does. But would you guys believe that people are actually starting to like her? Like, her plan is working. She's like a mastermind. She used rage bait to get her attention, and now she's finally actually gaining people, an audience that likes her. Recently, she's been involved in the Piper and Capri, I think, drama. That's what they're called. These two, you probably know about it because it's been all over TikTok. It's like the most staged drama of all time. Capri apparently cheated on Piper. I really don't care, to be honest. I'm not blaming Piper for this, obviously, because she's, I believe, still 17. But there's this whole thing where he cheated on her and everyone was talking about it, and he kept on making videos about it. It was like the most obviously staged drama of all time. But of course, Natalie got involved with it and started making some videos kind of joking about it, making diss tracks on Capri and defending Piper. And people actually were commenting that they're starting to like Natalie.
Just because I'm a cheater doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Like, yeah, I cheated on Piper or whatever, but I'm actually a good person and people look up to me. And like, if you look up to me, you're gonna be a cheater. I cheated. So what? Everybody cheats. Us and McBroom cheated.
I'm sorry, but it's the most staged drama of all time. He like immediately bought t-shirts saying he loves cheating. He was so obviously, like, it was the most staged thing of all time. People fall for the most obvious stuff sometimes. And she would, of course, make a bunch of videos, and people actually really enjoyed these videos. I don't know if they're stolen or not. They might actually be original for once because I didn't see any comments about it. But it seemed like her plan, she must have some master plan that we mortals don't understand, because like, she's actually done the impossible. She is becoming liked no matter all the horrible things she's done in the past, the lady and the like, all those things. She has actually become liked on TikTok. She has done the literal impossible. She has outsmarted all of us.
I wouldn't say I cheated on Piper. Like, if you're dating someone and you like...
Yeah, we get it. Ha ha ha. You're so funny. You're so much better than Capri, who just rage baited. Ha ha ha. So funny. But in all seriousness, Natalie is not stupid. Like, she's actually pretty intelligent. It just seems like she's this dumb girl who's desperate for attention, is just doing whatever to get attention. But she always seems to have a plan for everything. She knows what will get attention, and she knows how to get attention regardless of whether it's positive or negative. And as much as I dislike her, I gotta give her credit where credit's due. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's been doing this for years, and it's always worked for her.
I'm coming! Guys, I'm running super late, but get ready with me to go to family dinner while I talk about all the rumors about me. My mom is yelling at me again, saying, come on, we have to go. Mom, I just woke up from my nap. Like, why are you rushing me?
Something I've also noticed about Natalie is when something works, she uses it over and over again. And I would never do that. Like, when there's a situation that gets views and stuff and there's updates on it, I would never do it over and over again because I'm just too morally superior to do that. But I've noticed that, like, she does a lot of get readies with me, and she is completely milking the Brooke drama into the earth. Like, she's been making video after video until, like, she's gonna wait until those views dry up, and then of course she'll move on to every time there's a new drama, she'll latch onto it, make some skits about it, make some videos about it, and it's working. Like I've said in past videos, I have no idea how much she's actually making because TikTok doesn't pay super well, like it's infamous for that, but she's got a large following, and I think she's making a decent amount. Like, she's not making anything insane, but I mean, she's getting a lot of attention and clout, and maybe that's just what she wants. Maybe that's enough to satisfy her.
Get ready to see while I talk about influencers I can't stand. And I do not want to hear any of their fans coming at me in the comments, so if you don't like my opinion, you can scroll, buddy. Next up, we have a creator that copies literally everything I do. Brooke. If you guys don't know, every time I post a video, within an hour, this girl posts the same exact video as me.
I feel like she's kind of dragging it. Like, we get it. You're funny. You're a real comedian. She's just really dragging it at this point, and it's getting really annoying.
I literally had to block this girl because she wouldn't stop copying me. And lastly, we have the worst one, Natalie Reynolds. I cannot stand this girl. She is so annoying. She has no friends. She has no life, and I just do not like her.
Again, with the engagement farming, the whole, like, I blocked her so everyone can comment. Well, clearly you didn't block her since you always copy her. Like, it's just so obviously engagement farming at this point, but at least I can agree on the last one. Like, you are a wee bit unlikable. And it turns out she would actually get, like, major attention from the drama with Capri and Piper. She would comment under one of his posts and he would reply, because right now he's just rage baiting, faking drama. You know, they can relate in a lot of ways. They both are clearly just doing this for attention. They both stage a lot of their stuff. So I feel like they should get along and not fight, but they have been making videos back and forth. This is a major update because it wasn't like yesterday when I started my video. So here's what Natalie said, and then Capri replied with something, and Natalie's comment was actually very popular. She got over 100,000 likes. People are starting to legitimately like her after all she's done. Piper made me famous, sing that. Stick to copying Brooke, sing that, he replied, because he's been like singing stuff to Piper, like lip singing it. It's this whole weird thing. It's copyrighted music, but it's like the most clear rage bait and stage drama of all time. Like, he's literally hung out with Piper over the days. It's so fake, but of course people fall for anything, so most people like think it's legit. And I'm sure Natalie, from her own experience, knows it's fake, but hey, you can get views from doing skits and stuff, so she has. And Capri has been mentioning her in a video with over 1 million likes, and people actually sided with Natalie for once, which is insane to me. And here's the video and where she responded. Well, actually, before we get into that video, here's her responding to the comment with a video, because, I mean, why would she miss the opportunity to get more clout and become even more popular?
I do not copy other creators, and it's crazy how Capri, who literally cheated on Piper just a few days ago, is now trying to call me out for copying Brooke.
And yes, if this drama were real and it wasn't so obviously staged and he actually did cheat, of course he wouldn't have the right to call her out, but like, let's be real, you guys all rage bait at this point. Like, Capri and Natalie are in the same boat. You both just live off of making people mad at this point. That's what you've been doing. Capri bought a t-shirt recently that said, "I love cheating." I know I mentioned that before, but like, it's so obviously staged. And he recently released a video bragging about how I rage baited everyone. Like, we all knew you were rage baiting us, buddy. You made it so obvious. Like, congrats. Now everyone hates you. Like, what do you think you achieved?
I'm an original creator. I work super hard to make good content for you guys. So I think it's crazy that the internet's trying to spin the narrative saying that I copy other people.
She's a funny one. Oh man, she's just so funny and original. Every video, it's just like, I can't even like comprehend how she comes up with these new comedic skits. It's totally not the same argument over and over again to rage bait the same people over and over again. We get it. We get it. You're original. Yeah, haha, you're hilarious. Oh, come on, please come up with a new joke.
Nobody find it crazy that Natalie Reynolds is putting on a curly hair wig to pretend to be me?
No one's mentioning it because she's done things so much crazier, like push a homeless lady in the lake. Well, didn't push, but dared a homeless woman that couldn't swim to jump in a lake. She's got a cardboard cutout of some random TikToker's boyfriend, which she has pretended to sleep with and kiss. The list goes on and on. So when it comes to the word crazy in Natalie, like, the list is so long, it's like people don't even care at this point.
To pretend to be me?
Listen up, Mr. Capri. Do you not find it crazy that you literally cheated on the girl that made your entire career? You really ruined your relationship with Piper for a chopped chili looking at homewrecker named Alice. And also, you should change that 444 tattoo to 304 because you a hoe. You a ho. Cheating is not cool and something you should never be proud of. So go back to doing your little Spider-Man dances in your parents' basement. Bye.
I don't like the wig either, but I gotta admit, that was kind of a good comeback. For someone so pathetic, I was expecting something way worse. And it was original for once. She has actually started making original content. I don't know what's happening, but other than like the weird impersonating him with the wig and everything, which like you gotta admit is weird and like unnecessary, she has actually been starting to make original content, and people have been commenting, this is original, this is crazy, and people actually are starting to like her. So this situation might actually be coming to an end because maybe she doesn't need clout from Brooke Monk. She certainly has not stopped posting about Brooke Monk. Every day it seems like there's a post about her, but the clout from Brooke Monk is drying up, and she's been getting lots of likes and attention from the whole Capri situation. So maybe she just is going to do this from now on, to hop onto dramas, and eventually she will possibly become the very liked creator. I've seen this happen with a lot of other creators that were hated by everyone, and then they jumped on TikTok, started following trends, and gained some people that actually like them as their audience. Do I like her at all? Am I defending her? No, I'm not. I'm just explaining that this is what I think is going to happen, because you would be surprised by the amount of terrible creators that are horrible people that actually become liked through TikTok. Like, I don't see it happen on any other app, but TikTok, like the worst of the worst people, the literal worst that you can think of, other than like Jack Doherty, he's still hated, like, because he's done the impossible, but other people that are really bad, they are genuinely like loved on TikTok. Some of them have been genuinely loved for years on TikTok and just ruined it. James Charles, but some of them, like literally, I've just seen the people you would never ever think could recover their career completely recovered it and made it better through TikTok.
Come with me to get a Dirty Diana piercing. Thank you, Dad, for the graduation gift. I'm so nervous, but I'm really excited.
Is she talking college graduation? I know this is a skit and like supposed to be a joke, like a very failed joke, but is she talking high school or college? Because high school, like, this is kind of weird, like really, really weird, and not in a good way if she's talking about high school.
So let's do this.
So what are you here for today?
Piercing?
You know how painful it is, right?
I think I'll be fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to butterfly really quick. Butterfly
Okay.
position, perfect. 3, deep breath in, deep breath in. 3, 2, 1, done.
Yeah, that's enough of that. We can go on to the next one. Her content is definitely questionable. If you do go to her TikTok account and like want to look through her TikToks, viewer discretion is advised. Her content is just unhinged. Honestly, I don't even know why I said that. I feel like you probably know that by now. Like, I think you got the idea from the intro that her content isn't exactly typical, but to go viral, I guess you can't really be typical, can you? The stakes go higher and higher. That's probably what she tells herself to sleep at night.
Do you think gingers are black?
No, I don't think so.
I believe whatever the Bible says.
For some context on this one, there's like this like trend or joke or going around where gingers are black. I don't really know where it came from originally, but of course she's learning to like jump on trends and stuff because they get views. So she went around interviewing people and of course wearing a wig that's like ginger, ha ha ha, real comedian. Everyone she interviews just looks incredibly uncomfortable. Imagine she walks up to you one day and you're at like Walmart or something. She's like, "Want an interview on my channel?" I would sprint out of there so fast.
Whatever the Bible says. Okay. Do you think gingers are black?
That's a tough question. You can identify yourself as whatever you feel like you are.
Do you think gingers are black?
I don't know.
Some of these people she interviewed don't even seem like they like asked beforehand to be interviewed. She just shoved a microphone in their face because they're like walking inside and stuff. Like, girl, you know it's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to ask them before you interview them. You know that, right? And every once in a while I have like this thought, like, how can she do this stuff? How can she be so rude to people? How can she do these crazy things? And then I remember she's the one that dared a homeless woman to jump in the lake. The homeless woman nearly, you know what? And she made multiple videos, milked the situation by saying she got an ankle monitor, went to jail after it, and joked about it with her friends. Yes, she has friends. I know. I stumbled across this gem recently. Like, it's not even funny rage bait. Rage bait is rarely ever funny. But it's like, it's not even like racism that she does. It's like literally putting people in danger. We're not going to forget about that because you had one funny reply to a TikToker. Like, we're not going to forget this. I know a lot of people on TikTok will, but in general, no one's ever going to forgive you for what you've done.
Baby, are you ready for today? Are you ready for today?
How did that happen?
Before you ask, yes, it's obviously stolen. Like, you don't even need to second guess. But yes, as I kind of said before, let's get into the whole redemption era because apparently she's beginning to become liked. A lot of the comments are now supporting her, not under the ones where she's like bothering Brooke, but under the ones with her drama with James Charles or Capri. She actually gets a decent amount of likes. Like, her reply to Capri got 500,000 likes. That is insane. That is an insane amount of likes. She's low-key becoming becoming very, very liked now. And it just blows my mind. People just put aside everything she did in the past because she made a few funny TikToks, or she achieved the insane accomplishment of making some original videos. Like, that's the bare minimum. She should not be getting famous. Let's stop making her famous, please. I don't even know anymore what she's doing. She either copied Haley Bailey or she copied Brooke Monk. I don't even know. She's just like going around. Who's ever going viral at the moment, she's going to copy. I think she's going to let go of Brooke soon. Luckily, she's going to free our girl Brooke. And hopefully she'll throw away that cutout soon, because that is just unhinged. Like, it's too far. Sorry, I feel really bad for Sam. I don't think most people see this coming. It's just, ugh.
Next up, we have James Charles. We already know the allegations on this guy. He's sneaky, he's a liar, and he did Kayla dirty. So I cannot believe this dude got with Evan Johnson behind Kayla's back after he knew he was in a...
YouTube won't let me finish the sentence likely, but you probably know where she's going. A lot of you know about it since she's kind of been involved. In other words, sticking herself in this drama with James Charles, Kayla, and Evan. I'm going to quick give you a summary in case you don't know. If you do, it'll be brief, don't worry. So basically, there's this whole thing where Kayla's boyfriend was not good to her in a way of, you know what, A to the E. Did disgusting things. She took him to court and won. Congratulations, we're super, super happy for her. And then there's this whole drama that James is trying to get with her, you know who, while she was in a relationship with him, and he released a statement saying that was false and stuff, and people started siding with him. And I said in my former video that, like, I don't know why people are siding with him because he's done bad things in the past. I was far from alone on this. A lot of TikTokers released videos saying, like, hey, why are we siding with him? Because his response was decent. His response was so obviously, like, I have a feeling he didn't write it, because it was so obviously centered towards making people look at something else instead of him. It was all like, we need to look at the real thing. This isn't drama. This is Kayla's life. We need to treat Kayla with respect and love. And it's like, it was so obviously planned and faked, and I don't even know what the word directly is for it, but it was not legit, if you get what I mean. It wasn't legit. And Kayla would later release a video where she would expose him. Most of you know, once again, because this is all over the TikTok For You pages. I mean, you can't really miss it if you're on TikTok. Even on YouTube, you might see a video recommending the situation to you, but she exposed him for knowing all along, wow, big surprise, guys. And people are turned against him again. And of course, you'll never guess who took this opportunity to chase clout, make videos on it, and got a lot of attention, and of course, churned the drama her way and made herself involved, because, you know, where the likes are, she always is. So she would make a video insulting Kayla blatantly, and then she would go on and pretend like she was on Kayla's side by releasing a bunch of videos pretending to be serious, and all these skits and stuff. It was just really pathetic, and it overall was just embarrassing for her, but she would get a lot of likes for this eventually. People would support her. They'd be like, yeah, we love you because you stand up for Kayla. She literally released a video insulting Kayla.
James Charles needs to be canceled. This man already has so many allegations and has now been exposed for sleeping with Evan Johnson, aka the guy who broke.
I feel like enough people weren't mad at this video. It's so offensive in so many different ways, and it just makes no sense that she's been making so many videos profiting off of Kayla's trauma, getting clout off of Kayla, while at the same time insulting her, and people just skip past that video.
Thirsty. Refreshing.
Ready for me to come out of the closet. Like, literally. I have literally been, like, so nervous to bring this to the internet, but I felt like I'm just tired of hiding who I really am. I just hope to inspire other people to truly embrace who they are.
Kind of going off of what I said in the last video, I think she's kind of running out of ideas. That's why she's desperately clinging on to drama, and as long as there keeps on being drama, I think she'll be fine. She'll still get lots of views, but the minute drama kind of dies and has, like, a long break, because there's not always going to be constant drama, she's going to be in trouble. I guess she can continue copying people, but people are already getting tired of that. People have already kind of stopped caring about that. So she's going to have to find more stuff soon, because I don't think she can fully rely on drama. It's just so unpredictable. You don't know when there's going to be huge drama. Sometimes there's nothing going on TikTok, really. Sometimes there's just kind of boring trends. Sometimes there's this huge drama going on. Recently, there's been a lot of drama going on. I mean, I guess I wouldn't fully rely on my, like, opinion or my view on the situation, because I'm not always on TikTok. I'm not exactly, like, on TikTok 24/7. I prefer YouTube, kind of obviously, but I feel like you can't just fully rely on drama, if that makes sense.
Ryan Reynolds is my father, and people are still saying that I'm lying. When you look it up on Google, it literally says Natalie Reynolds is the daughter of Ryan Reynolds.
If you like observe her work, it just gets more and more extreme as time goes on. She just does crazier and crazier stuff. This was from a little while ago, and obviously this rage bait is weird. Like, that's a weird way to get people mad at you, but it isn't that harmful compared to the stuff she does later. Like the whole homeless woman in the lake and the making a cardboard cutout of someone's boyfriend. She's just getting more and more extreme, and one day she's just gonna cross a line that you cannot return, like a dangerous line, like getting herself arrested for real. There's gonna be like some news of her going to jail, and we're all gonna be like, for real this time? Like, it's not like some staged prank of hers. She's actually going to jail. It's gonna be crazy. And I feel like a lot of people don't think enough about like what the future is really gonna look like, because people really want fame on the internet. That's no surprise. Like, everyone wants, not everyone obviously, but a lot of people want to be somebody on the internet. And rage bait is such an easy way to do it. People just don't realize it. Everyone falls for it once in a while. Some people fall for it more than others. I've fallen for it before. Most of us have, and we probably don't even know. And it's just an effective way to get views. Once again, I've kind of said this before in other videos talking about rage baiters. It's not long lasting, but if you're willing to do it in different ways like Natalie is over time, you can kind of become this like master rage baiter. Like, you can make yourself famous just off of rage bait by doing different things, knowing where to hit people where it hurts. And I've always kind of wondered what exactly causes people to rage bait. Sometimes I see rage bait and it's like, would that be fun to do? Like rage bait that's harmless, like simple rage bait. I put milk before my cereal type of rage bait, not just rage bait, not that type of stuff. I think the real reason isn't for money. I think it's just for clout. Some people just need attention. They aren't given enough, my guess is, and they just desperately want attention by all means necessary. So I'm no expert. Like, I sadly lied in my last video. I did not go to Rage Bait University and study rage bait psychology, but that's my guess. Is just these people are desperate for clout, because a lot of them get demonetized because their content is so crazy and they just keep posting. Like Belle the Wolf is apparently demonetized and she just keeps posting. I think these people are just addicted to attention. And on the internet, you need a reason for people to watch you. You don't just get famous or get views off of nothing. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a way to get views. There needs to be a reason. And some people want to be somebody on the internet, but they don't have a reason. They don't know what they could do. And rage baiting is the way to do it. You don't need talent. You don't need anything. You just need to make people mad. And that's pretty easy to do. So that could be the reason why a lot of people do it. They want attention. They want fame, but they just don't know how to do it any other way because they aren't funny. They're not talented in any way. And I always see people complaining about cancel culture, but honestly, like, cancel culture isn't as strong as you think when it comes to apps like TikTok. As I kind of said earlier in this video, you'd be surprised by the things people have done and they're still beloved on TikTok. Once again, James Charles did some awful things in the past, and for some weird reason, for like 3 years on TikTok, everyone loved him. There was recently a trend about him, and of course he's canceled again for like the 5th time, but the things he's done in the past, like, his career should be demolished, but he's fine. So even if maybe people figure that they can get famous through rage bait and then they can eventually develop like a loving community, and it has worked for a lot of people. Sometimes you have to go to apps that will only allow a certain type of people, like Twitter. You'd be surprised by the type of people you find on Twitter that have the most awful takes, have the most awful things, and they have this huge community of people that blindly follow them, that absolutely love them. You can do basically anything on the internet now, and you'll have a loyal following as long as you get enough attention. It's just insane to me. Downloading Twitter opened the world to me, like, in a bad way. Like, I started to look more negatively on people after opening Twitter because the communities of the absolute worst people that say the worst things existed, and I just didn't think these type of people existed. I'm not exaggerating in any way. If you download Twitter, you will discover people you never thought could possibly exist. They're so bad, and they like have a whole supporting community. Like, they'll have hundreds of thousands of followers, and they say the most unhinged, awful things you've ever heard in your life. As long as you get enough fame, there will blindly be people that follow you. It's just insane to me. People that make the most infamous rage baiter on YouTube, Belle the Wolf, look like a literal saint. People, if I said their name, I could literally get like half my videos deleted off of YouTube and easily demonetized. Those type of people you don't mess around with. They're just awful people. If I have to estimate, I would say Natalie Reynolds has kind of changed my mind, and maybe in 2 or 3 years, no matter the awful things she's done and how awful I think she is personally, she's going to have people that like her. She is going to have an audience that actually supports her. Her comments won't be filled with hate anymore, and she will genuinely be liked on TikTok. I'm going to give it 1 or 2 years. Either that or she'll be irrelevant, but she's managed to get clout over and over again for infamous famous reasons over the years, but she's beginning to be liked, and like, it's TikTok. I've seen worse people get more loved than her. So I think that's kind of the end for the Brooke drama. Yes, I will probably stop milking it now. I just felt like we needed an end to this saga, to this whole series, because people are starting to like her, which means she'll probably drop the whole Brooke stuff. She hasn't dropped it yet, but she's going to drop it after she milks out every last drop of views. She might still rage bait. Okay, she's definitely going to still rage bait, but maybe she'll go for more lighthearted stuff. She'll have beef with TikTok, or she'll latch on to dramas. I'm sure she has a plan. She's been doing this for years. She kind of has an idea what she's doing. I doubted her the first video. She may be a horrible person, but she definitely knows what she's doing. She's definitely a master rage baiter, and we don't really know what she has in the future. Maybe she plans to tone it down, become this beloved person, or maybe she wants to up it and do something even crazier. We'll never know. Only time will tell. Only one thing is for almost certain. She's probably going to drop the Brooke Monk thing soon, because it's running out of those sweet, sweet views. People don't really care anymore. The comments are getting less and less likes under Brooke's videos. I mean, people are tired of it. Brooke's clearly not going to respond unless it was through a lawsuit, and that's not really public if it was. So we don't really know from now on, but my guess is she's going to drop it because she goes where the views are, and the views are dying out. Thank you so much for watching. Please donate to the GoFundMe if you enjoyed this video and made it this far, because you have a longer attention span than the average TikToker. I appreciate you so, so much. Please like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Right?
Coco, you the dumbest I have ever seen, bro. You can't even speak English, bro. Now you trying to lie about me, huh? I almost gave up, but I cannot let you leave.